Have you ever turned on your PC only to find that your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or even your audio has completely vanished? You click shutdown, turn it back on, and nothing. It's still gone. If your hardware is playing hide and seek, you probably don't have a broken computer. You have a zombie hardware problem caused by a common Windows misconception. Today, I'm going to show you why shutdown isn't what you think it is and how to fix your missing hardware devices for good. Stick around. I started out today to create a very different video for YouTube when I noticed my Bluetooth keyboard wasn't working. And a few more troubleshooting steps, I realized my Bluetooth adapter was gone altogether. No Bluetooth. This is a Geekom mini PC that I often use as a test subject for YouTube content, so I quickly shifted gears and decided to create a video on this instead because there is a common misconception in Windows that often causes hardware conflicts, and it's called fast startup. Not to be confused with fast boot, more on this later. When you click shutdown, Windows doesn't actually close your drivers. It hibernates them to a file on your SSD. If your Wi-Fi or Bluetooth card has a minor firmware glitch, Windows saves that broken state when you shut down. When you boot back up, it just reloads the glitch. You're stuck in a loop of broken hardware because Windows is trying to be fast. You'd think hitting restart would fix it, right? A restart does do a clean software boot, but sometimes even that fails. Why? Because of standby power. Even when your PC is off, your motherboard is feeding a tiny bit of power to your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth cards. If that chip's firmware is crashed, it's like a zombie. It's on, but it's frozen. A software restart can't always wake it up. So here is the real fix. You have to drain the swamp, so to speak. We need to unplug the power completely and drain the capacitors on the motherboard, forcing that frozen chip to finally lose power and reset. Let me show you. Real quick, I want to share some exciting news about the channel. Now that the channel's just over a year old, I've decided to take it to that next level and enable channel memberships. Now, of course, you can subscribe and it's completely free, and I hope that you do. But in addition to that, if you want to help support the channel, you can become a channel member for less than a cup of Starbucks. With that, you'll get priority responses to your comments because as the channel gets bigger, it's gotten to the point to where I can't respond to every comment. You'll also get other perks along the way, like members only content, early access to videos, and direct access to me through email. So if you have some questions or problems or need some consulting, you can access me directly through email as a paid member. I will also continue to add more perks, so please consider becoming a member, but if not, that's okay. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel really helps me grow the channel and get me to that goal of 50,000 subscribers. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. When I come down here, you can see I don't have my Bluetooth icon that I normally have. And then if you hop over to Device Manager, you can see I do not have a Bluetooth section at all. It's completely gone. Now, normally when we noticed hardware problems, we might click shutdown or we may restart. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. We'll go ahead and reboot the PC. All right, we're back in Windows. Still no Bluetooth. Let's check Device Manager again real quick. No Bluetooth devices. If we go to our settings, Bluetooth and devices, add a new device, add a device, add a Bluetooth device, couldn't connect because it doesn't see the Bluetooth device. We're gonna power down the PC. I'm gonna shut it down. Now that the device is completely shut down, I'm gonna unplug everything from it, power, peripherals, everything. Once everything is unplugged, I'm gonna press and hold the power button for 30 to 60 seconds, and this will drain all the capacitors.
A few moments later.
All right, now I'm gonna plug everything back in and power it up and see if that corrected our problem. All right, we're getting things booted back up into Windows, and look at there, we now have Bluetooth. So we'll hop over here to Device Manager, and you can see our Bluetooth adapter has returned. And now we need to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Back to that fast startup I mentioned earlier. We need to kill that software misconception. So we're going to go into the power settings, and we're going to turn off fast startup. So I'm going to go to Control Panel. I'm going to come over here to Power Options. And then over to the left, I'm going to choose what the power buttons do. I'm going to change this from when I press the power button. Instead of sleep, I'm going to change that to shutdown. And then I'm going to come up here and click Change Settings that are currently unavailable to make these settings down here available. And then I'm going to uncheck Turn on Fast Startup. Then I'm going to save those changes. So next time, I won't have that problem. Now, on a modern PC with an SSD, you won't even notice the speed difference, but you will notice your hardware actually working every time you boot. So what is fast startup actually doing? Well, think of it as a hybrid hibernation. When you click shutdown, Windows closes your apps, but it doesn't close the Windows kernel or your hardware drivers. Instead, it takes a snapshot of those drivers and saves them to a file on your SSD called hiberfil.sys. When you turn the PC back on, Windows just reloads that file into memory instead of starting fresh. The problem is that if your Bluetooth or Wi-Fi card has a firmware crash, that crash is now part of that snapshot. Every time you shut down and turn it back on, you're just reloading the same broken state. You're never giving the hardware a chance to actually reset. So whether it's your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, or your sound, don't let Windows hibernate your hardware problems. First, try a regular restart. In fact, 9 times out of 10, that resolves a lot of PC issues. Anytime anyone ever calls me with a computer problem, that is my very first question. Did you reboot? But if you still have hardware issues after a reboot, then make sure you follow these steps, and that should take care of your problem. If this fix worked for you, let me know in the comments. Also, drop me a comment for any future videos you would like to see. Do me a favor, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel really helps me grow the channel and get my videos out to more people. You can also take it to that next level of support and become a channel member. Don't forget to check out these other video suggestions, and as always, thank you for watching, and until next time.